Nobody plans for the day they stop doing the things they love. It usually happens quietly. First, you start choosing the elevator instead of the stairs. Then long walks become shorter walks. Gardening feels a little harder. Getting down on the floor with a grandchild becomes something you think twice about. And one day, almost without noticing it, you realize you've started saying no to parts of life you used to enjoy. Not because you stopped caring, but because your knees, hips, back, or hands don't feel the way they used to. For millions of adults over 60, the explanation seems obvious. I'm just getting older. But what if that is only part of the story? What if joint discomfort after 60 is not simply about age, but about changes happening inside a living system that can still respond to how you care for it? That idea has led researchers and health experts to look more closely at why some people remain active, mobile, and independent far longer than others. And the answer is not a miracle cure. It is not a secret pill. It is not one magical food from a faraway place. It is something much more useful. A blueprint. Welcome to Longevity Blueprint TV, where we explore the science and simple habits that can help you stay healthier, stronger, and more independent as you age. Our goal is not simply to help you live longer. It is to help you enjoy more of the years you already have. Because longevity is not just about adding years to your life. It is about protecting the moments that make life worth living. Today, we are going to look at the real reason joints often feel different after 60. What we can learn from a remarkable Japanese village, often discussed in healthy aging circles, and the practical steps that may help you keep moving with more confidence. Let's begin with the biggest misunderstanding. Most people think of joints like machine parts. They imagine a knee like a rusty door hinge. After enough years, the hinge wears out, the parts grind down, and eventually pain becomes unavoidable. But your body is not a machine. Your body is alive. That means it adapts, it repairs, it responds. It changes based on how you move, how you eat, how you sleep, and how strong your muscles remain. Your joints are not just bones rubbing against each other. They are part of a whole system. There is cartilage, the smooth cushioning tissue at the ends of your bones. There is synovial fluid, the slippery fluid that helps your joints glide. There are muscles that absorb force before it reaches your knees and hips. There are tendons and ligaments that help stabilize each movement. And there are tiny repair processes happening every day that help your body maintain itself. A better way to imagine your joints is not as rusty hinges. Imagine them as a suspension bridge. The roadway matters, but so do the cables, the supports, the foundation, the tension. If one part weakens, the whole bridge feels the strain. Your joints work in a similar way. Cartilage matters, but so does strength, movement, recovery, body weight, nutrition, hydration, sleep. That is the first important lesson. Joint comfort is not usually about one single thing. It is about the entire system working together. This is one reason the story of Yuzurihara, a small village in Japan, has attracted attention over the years. Yuzurihara became known in wellness circles because many older residents were observed staying active later in life. They gardened, walked, prepared meals, stayed socially connected, and continued participating in daily life well into older age. Naturally, people wanted to know why. Was it genetics? Was it the mountain air? Was it one special food? Some stories focus on the village's traditional diet, including root vegetables such as purple sweet potatoes. Others focus on the fact that people stayed physically engaged in everyday work. the most useful lesson is not that one village discovered one secret. The real lesson is that healthy aging often comes from many small habits working together over many years. Movement, whole foods, community, purpose, daily activity, less time sitting, more time using the body. That may not sound as exciting as a miracle discovery, but it is far more practical, because you do not need to live in a Japanese mountain village to start supporting your joints. You can begin with the first habit. Move every day. When joints feel stiff, the natural instinct is to move less. And sometimes rest is necessary. If something is swollen, injured, or sharply painful, it is wise to be cautious and speak with a healthcare professional. But in everyday stiffness, too much sitting can make many people feel worse. You may have noticed this yourself. You sit through a long movie, or take a long car ride, or spend an afternoon in a chair. Then, when you stand up, your knees or hips feel tight. But after a few minutes of gentle walking, things begin to loosen. That is because movement helps keep the joint environment active. Gentle movement helps circulate fluid through the joint. It wakes up the muscles. It reminds your body that these tissues are still needed. Walking is not just exercise. Walking is maintenance, and it does not have to be extreme. A short walk after breakfast, a few minutes around the block, gentle cycling, swimming, tai chi, stretching. The goal is not to punish your body. The goal is to remind it that you still intend to use it. The second habit is strength. This may be even more important than most people realize. Your muscles are shock absorbers. Every time you step off a curb, climb stairs, stand from a chair, or carry groceries, your muscles help absorb force. When those muscles become weaker, more stress can travel directly into the joints. That is one reason strength training becomes so valuable with age. And here is the hopeful part. Your body can still get stronger later in life. You do not need to train like an athlete. You do not need to lift heavy barbells. You can start with simple, safe movements. Chair stands, wall push-ups, resistance bands, light dumbbells, standing calf raises while holding a countertop, slow, controlled step-ups. The goal is not to look younger. The goal is to live stronger, to get out of a chair without struggling, to walk through an airport with confidence, to carry your own bags, to keep saying yes when life invites you somewhere. The third habit is nutrition. Your body is constantly rebuilding itself. Muscle tissue is repaired, cells are replaced, proteins are created, inflammation is managed, energy is produced. All of that requires raw materials. Protein helps support muscle. Colorful fruits and vegetables provide vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds. Healthy fats from foods like fish, nuts, seeds, and olive oil can fit into an overall healthy eating pattern. And water matters more than many people think. As we age, thirst signals can become less noticeable. Some people drink less water simply because they do not feel thirsty. But your body still depends on hydration. Drinking more water will not magically erase joint discomfort, but staying hydrated supports normal function throughout the body, including the tissues involved in movement. The fourth habit is maintaining a healthy body weight when appropriate. This is not about vanity. It is not about trying to look 25 again. It is about reducing unnecessary load on the joints that carry you every day. When you walk, the force through your knees can be several times your body weight. Now multiply that by thousands of steps per day. Even modest changes can matter over time. The goal is not perfection. The goal is making movement easier. And often, when people begin walking more, eating better and building strength, body weight becomes easier to manage naturally. The fifth habit is sleep. Poor sleep changes everything. A bad night can make the next day feel harder. You may feel less patient, less energetic, more sensitive to aches. Sleep is not just rest. It is recovery. It is one of the main times your body carries out repair work. So if your joints feel worse when you are exhausted, you are not imagining it. Your body is asking for recovery. A regular bedtime, less bright screen time late at night, a cool, dark room, and a calming routine can all support better sleep. Small changes may not seem dramatic, but this is the heart of healthy aging. Not one giant transformation, small changes repeated long enough to matter. Now let's talk about the question many people have. What about supplements? Here is the honest answer. No supplement can stop aging. No capsule replaces walking. No powder replaces strength training. No pill replaces sleep, hydration, or nourishing food. Any product that promises a miracle should make you skeptical. But that does not mean supplements are useless. It means they should be understood properly. They are tools, not cures. Researchers have studied several ingredients that may support joint comfort and function in some people. One of the most interesting is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a natural substance involved in joint lubrication. You can think of it as part of the slippery environment that helps joints glide more smoothly. As we age, that environment can change. Some studies suggest that oral hyaluronic acid may support joint comfort or mobility for certain adults, although results can vary. Researchers have also studied ingredients such as ginger, boswellia, collagen peptides, glucosamine, and chondroitin. Some people notice benefits, others do not. That is why realistic expectations matter. Supplements should complement healthy habits. They should not replace them. As I researched today's topic, I wanted to see whether there were any products built around the same general idea researchers have been exploring. Supporting the joint environment, especially lubrication and comfort. One option that stood out was Joint Genesis. It is a joint health supplement that includes ingredients such as Mobili, a form of hyaluronic acid, along with other ingredients commonly used in joint support formulas, including pycnogenol, ginger, boswellia, and bioperine. That does not mean it is guaranteed to work for everyone. No honest supplement can promise that. But if you are curious about trying a joint support supplement as part of a larger healthy aging plan, I included a link in the description so you can review the ingredients, learn more, and decide whether it is something worth discussing with your healthcare provider. Especially if you take medications, have a medical condition, or are already being treated for joint pain, speak with a qualified professional before starting anything new. So what is today's longevity blueprint? First, move daily. Even gentle movement helps remind your joints and muscles that they are still needed. Second, build strength. Your muscles protect your joints and help preserve independence. Third, support your body with good nutrition, hydration, sleep, and healthy body weight. And fourth, if appropriate for you, consider supplements as optional tools, not the foundation. The foundation is how you live. The people who inspired researchers in places like Yuzurihara did not appear to rely on one shortcut. They stayed engaged in life. They moved. They ate simply. They stayed connected. They used their bodies. And over time, those ordinary habits became extraordinary. That is the hopeful message. You do not have to rebuild your entire life overnight. Start with one walk, one glass of water, one better meal, one strength exercise, one earlier bedtime, one choice that tells your future self, I still care about you. Because growing older is unavoidable, but losing your independence is not always inevitable. If today's video helped you see joint health differently, consider subscribing to Longevity Blueprint TV. Every week, we explore practical, evidence-based ways to help you stay healthier, stronger, and more independent as you age. And remember this, healthy aging is not about chasing more years. It is about making the years you have count. The link in the description has everything you need to get started.